Thank you, Matt. So I'll start with why are we here today? And how many people read Peter Drucker while they were in college? I assume everyone raises their hand for that one, regardless of when you went to college. Everyone knows that Peter Drucker was the sort of preeminent scholar on a number of topics, but specifically focused and coined the phrase the knowledge worker. And there was a quote that I read from his sort of summary book that he was putting together at the end before he passed away. It talked about that today the corporation needs talent, needs knowledge workers more than they need the corporation. That balance has shifted. And that balance shifted a while ago, but it's been the premise for a lot of the work that we're doing, that young people, young college-educated people are really influencing economic growth in a way that's been new in the last couple decades. There's another quote that I liked from the publisher of Forbes magazine. The best place to make a fortune, future Forbes 400 fortune, start with this proposition. The most valuable natural resource in the 21st century is brains. Smart people tend to be mobile, so watch where they go, because where they go, economic activity will follow. So many of you in this room know these numbers about the higher education sector in Greater Philadelphia. 92 institutions of higher education in the city and the surrounding region, 368,000 enrolled students. That averages out to be about 275,000 full-time equivalent students. We generate 67,000 degrees annually, about half are bachelor's degrees, a third graduate, and 15% associate level. We also have 12,500 international students coming from across the world. Here's some numbers, though, that we focus on at Campus Philly and with all of our partners. And these are the new numbers out for the 2007 ACS survey by the census. The U.S. national average is 27.5% of Americans that are 25 and older that have a bachelor's degree or greater. As a region, Greater Philadelphia's picture is strong, 31.3% overall educational attainment rate for the region. There are certainly regions that are higher, but there's a large number and a large pool of talented workers in the Greater Philadelphia area. The city has real challenges. 21% of our population within the city limits have either a bachelor's degree or greater. It puts us at the bottom ranking of the nation's major cities, but it's something that we're working to change, both at the city level and on a regional level. Pennsylvania ranks #1 as the net importer of inbound students, first-year students. I didn't put this on the slide, but we also rank 50th over the last 2 decades in terms of the brain drain, or the slide was brain gain, but the outcome for Pennsylvania has been brain drain. We do this because each 100 students for each graduating class that we can convince to stay in the Philadelphia area, in the city specifically, will generate $1 million over 3 years of direct tax revenue. That's not their entire salary, that's just the taxes that come off their salaries. We know that 3 out of 5 students in our regional schools do stay. We also know that through surveys that 80% of all students in the tri-state area are either open to stay or they're thinking about staying. And what that means is somewhere between 3 and 5 and 4 and 5 is our opportunity. About Campus Philly as a nonprofit organization, we're supported by local and state government, 20 colleges and universities, local foundations, and private companies and sponsors. We have an 11-county mission. Good morning, Mayor Nutter. Good. We have an 11-county mission. We were reorganized in the last 18 months. Several of our programs have been around for several years, starting as early as 2001. Currently, Campus Philly has 8 full-time employees, and we have 5 interns, but they're constantly as new young blood coming into the office. So as a real quick summary, I'll go over what we do, and then I'll go over our goals, and then I'll invite our other speakers to talk about why they are getting involved with our work. We have a 3-part strategy. First, to enroll students, to market Philadelphia as one big campus, to market the region as the best place to go to college, increase applications and increase enrollments. Then we work to engage students. Once you're here, you still won't stay after you graduate unless you like it here. So we work to get students off campus, connected to the community, connected to arts and culture. And then third, you won't stay if you can't get a job. So we work to get students connected to job and internships. Our strategy is focused on making those connections while students are in college still, because we want them to have those tools on the day that they become seniors, on the day that they graduate, to be able to stay here on their own volition. By June 2010, we've set some goals. We're going to work to match college students to 2,500 college internships at employers in the region. We're going to make Philadelphia the top Northeast destination to go to college. We're going to increase our online programs that engage students in the local community by 50% and increase student participation by 50%. And we're going to increase annual graduate retention by 10% for each graduating class. And I'd like to just do a quick thank you. So first, if I could point out any of Campus Philly's board members, board of directors, if you could stand up and raise your hand, thank you for coming today. I know several are in the room. Campus Philly staff, raise your hands. All right, thank you. So I'd just like to acknowledge some of the organizations and people that work with us on a year-round basis to make this happen. First of all, there are 20 colleges and universities in the tri-state area that are part of our network that are actively engaged as members of our organization on all three of these strategic areas for us. Also, I want to thank Mayor Nutter's administration and a number of city officials who have worked with us since before day one, somewhere between November and day one. And specifically Andrew Altman, the Deputy Mayor for Economic Development in the Commerce Department, Melanie Johnson, the City Representative, Lori Shore, the Chief Education Officer, and also within the Commerce Department, we've had a long relationship with Dwayne Bum and with Josh Seven, and I'd like to thank them both for all of their work with us over the years. Obviously, I'd like to thank Dr. Papadakis from Drexel University and Tara Weiner from Deloitte and Matt Bergheiser from the Knight Foundation for joining us today. Also would like to thank Tom Moore from Select Greater Philadelphia. We came to Tom a while ago and said, you know, we'd like to do some outreach to the business community. Really, today's announcement is about our efforts to engage the corporate sector and the business community, and Tom's been behind the scenes working with us on some of the thinking and strategy, so thank you, Tom. I'd like to also thank Chris Burns from Intern U, a new company in the Philadelphia area that has sponsored our programs this year. There's information again about them in the packets. Also, I'd like to thank Speaker O'Brien from the Pennsylvania House of Representatives and Governor Rendell, both supporters of Campus Philly's work. And to also acknowledge the partners that have been with Campus Philly since the beginning through our earlier version as the Knowledge Industry Partnership. The Economy League of Greater Philadelphia, Collegia, Todd Hoffman from Collegia is here with us today, the Greater Philadelphia Tourism Marketing Corporation, Innovation Philadelphia, and the Greater Philadelphia Chamber of Commerce. A lot of people are organized with this issue because a lot of people are involved with college students and growing the region's economy. So thank you to all of them as well. So next up, we're going to invite Dr. Constantine Papadakis, the president of Drexel University, to share with us why he is getting involved. And just as an introduction, Dr. Papadakis did not need to get involved with another leadership opportunity. But Drexel has almost 20,000 students, 13th in total undergraduate enrollment amongst the nation's private universities. And Drexel is really at the avant-garde of where higher education is going, not only in this region, but in the United States. And I think that when we reached out and invited him to participate, he said, yes, this is not only important to keep college students in the city when they graduate, but to make sure that we're recruiting students from the best places, both in the Philadelphia area, in the United States, and across the world, to make sure that Philadelphia continues to have a strong higher education sector. So with that, Dr. Constantine Papadakis, thank you.